Did you know that in 2021, Americans gave nearly $500 billion to charity? It's easy to think of philanthropy as something done by the very wealthy, big foundations, or prosperous companies, but actually, 81% comes from average citizens of moderate income. Whether overflowing wealth that's shared by entrepreneurs or a bootstrap ethic that says we should help our neighbors pull themselves up, Americans are donating to charity at a record-setting amount. But money isn't everything. 25% of adults volunteer their time, goods, or services, amassing a whopping investment of 8.7 billion hours yearly. So with all this wealth and support being shared, how can Whitebird Clinic make sure it gets noticed by the generous ones? That's easy if you know where to look. Year over year, online donations grow. They're up almost 7% from last year, and Facebook alone influences 56% of donors worldwide to open up their wallets and give money to the needy. What about the supporters that say they want a multidimensional engagement experience? Analyzing recent donor research will tell you just what supporters want. And don't underestimate the support of the local community members. In fact, here's one now. Hi, Jane. Let's look at Jane's journey and see if we can learn more about how the Whitebird Clinic can get in touch with donor perceptions and preferences.
Jane is emotionally attached to the local community and shares a sense of belonging with her neighbors and friends. What's more, Jane is empowered and filled with enthusiasm and pride when she feels her efforts in the community are valued. Jane's problem is, she only feels this excited when she's positively engaging with others emotionally. Jane witnesses social and economical inequalities often and knows she should get involved and support causes that align with her values and beliefs. But it seems like a new one is popping up every minute. What Jane needs is guidance and support from an insider, someone who has devoted an entire lifetime to organizing vital resources and delivering them to the people who need them the most. Then, like a shot out of the dark, Jane sees it. A Whitebird Clinic social media post on Instagram and the hashtag support mental health. Lately, Jane's heard a lot about declining mental health in America. She hears her coworkers talk about their understanding that past stereotypes and stigmas got it all wrong and don't really apply to the current situation. Curious to learn more, Jane responds to the post. Little could she have known that one small act would be the beginning of a new relationship.
Through our research analysis, we have identified that social media has the power to reach millions of people and can increase Whitebird Clinic's visibility and ultimately generate more donations. Furthermore, we have found that consistent messaging and a uniformed format across social media platforms will help increase Whitebird Clinic's brand recognition and bring awareness to its mission and services. In light of COVID-19, digital marketing and a strong online presence is more important than ever before for businesses. When Whitebird Clinic strengthens its digital marketing efforts, this can help attract new donors for raising funds, increase membership enrollments, encourage volunteers, and promote Whitebird Clinic's messages. With a revamped approach in digital marketing, our strategy will be to target new and existing donors through automated email marketing, scheduled social media posts, and identifying trends by tracking number of views and engagements with posts.
Moving on to themes and messaging. There are 3 key factors that would make the most impact on the audience. Whitebird Clinic's message must align with its mission and vision. The flow of the message is directly correlated to how the environment affects its stakeholders, and the message must quickly adapt and respond to not only promising endeavors that the company achieves, but also the external uncertainties. To add value to the overall message, there are 2 themes that best fit Whitebird Clinic. The first theme is to educate stakeholders by providing them with the necessary tools and information to understand the organization better. The messaging and the theme should be tailored to fit which stakeholders they are reaching out to. In this case, Jane has been identified as a community member. It's important to note that Whitebird Clinic must focus on the communication exchanges between them and its external environment. That way, the message will better resonate with internal and external stakeholders. Here's an example of our message to Jane, a community member. The perception here is that she wants to get more involved with Whitebird Clinic. Notice how the message is informative and educates her on Whitebird Clinic's values, continuously improving its services to help underprivileged individuals. The second theme focuses on kinship and support. The perception is that Jane is excited about being part of something bigger than herself. Whitebird Clinic's messaging will make her feel like a valued member of the Whitebird family by acknowledging that her donations have not gone unnoticed. Here's an example of our message to Jane, who is now a new donor. Again, the message is still informative regarding how her donations are positively impacting other people, but it circles back to the importance of its services to its community.
It is evident that consistent messaging across all social media platforms such as Whitebird Clinic's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter accounts will strengthen its marketing initiatives to the intended audience. Additionally, by revamping both our digital marketing and social media platforms, we will add channels such as TikTok to further increase the messaging and brand recognition.
Whitebird utilizing its social media platforms more often and practicing consistent messaging with the more uniform format across social media will ultimately help increase Whitebird's brand recognition and bring awareness to its mission and services. This will also help to reach a wide potential audience of new donors, as social media has the power to reach millions of people and can increase Whitebird's visibility and ultimately generate more donations, which is what we see here in the story of Jane. The next 3 slides will demonstrate a sample social media rollout, as seen by Jane, that Whitebird can utilize when it comes to announcing future events to increase its social media engagement, which includes the amount of followers, likes, and views per post on platforms such as Instagram. After receiving her last email from Whitebird encouraging her to stay connected, Jane decided to follow Whitebird on Instagram. She then saw that Whitebird posted 2 new stories and 1 new post about their very first fundraising wellness fair event. In this Instagram post from Whitebird, Jane saw that they are hosting their first ever Summer Wellness Fundraising Fair event, and as a curious new supporter of WBC, she figured this would be the perfect way to engage with the Whitebird community and experience firsthand what the organization is all about. As a part of our communication strategy, we proposed that the Whitebird fundraising department would start co-hosting events to build strong relationships with other local businesses, media outlets, and nonprofits to further Whitebird's reach with new audiences.
Jane ends up going to the Summer Wellness Fair and becomes both engaged with the Whitebird Clinic team and educated on how the organization's initiatives are giving back to the community. She shares her positive experience onto social media, where her network of friends and family also learn about the clinic. Through her positive experience volunteering, Jane decides to research the Whitebird Clinic further on social media and ways she can continue to help. She is easily able to find consistent content and messaging on multiple social media platforms and opportunities on how to donate to causes she cares about.
In conclusion, it's important to remember that donor retention is critical to fundraising success. Donors play a huge role in helping WBC thrive. Without them, WBC would have a hard time raising awareness, increasing funding, increasing its social media following, and increasing its donations. WBC must also remember to connect with supporters using social media and digital platforms. As we demonstrated with our Jane example, social media can be a powerful tool when it comes to raising awareness. It can also lead to new supporters. Lastly, it's important to stay focused on communicating the continued value of your mission and stewarding supporters. It is important for everyone to be on the same page as the organization grows, or you risk losing supporters, which ultimately would defeat your intended goal. That concludes our presentation. Thank you.